My favorite, Teamer, or Tamir, as some people say.
Teamer.
Those people are stupid.
They're just
wrong.
They're mispronouncing the word. That's fine. You can do that sometimes.
Yes.
Some people say exile.
Oh, you know who you are.
Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 485. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to step out into the Dragonstorm. Now hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Oh, good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We have a new set to get all the way into. We got some stories to tell, some very special people to thank. But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They're your source for all your gaming needs, where you can use special promo code CCO Holiday to save 5% off all your Tarkir Dragonstorm needs or any other card or gaming supply that you might need.
Ooh.
We also have to thank Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They are the second coolest thing to come out of Regina, as well as being the official beverage sponsor for CCO Sidewalk Slam Season 3, being recorded very soon here on YouTube, this time featuring Pile of Bones' own Mike Clown Shoes Chowns.
Chown shoes. Oh, very much. I like the breath in the middle of Sidewalk Slam. A little bit more pungent when you do it that way.
Air in the middle of the word. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Big thank you to FusionGamingOnline.com.
Agreed.
Just got the last of the cards that I'm going to alter leading into Vegas.
Ooh.
Got them at a discount.
How you want to do it.
CCO Holiday. It feels like a frickin' holiday out there because we're under this much snow and
Yeah.
it's almost the start of frickin' April.
Yeah, that holiday is Christmas.
Very
Because
much
that's
so.
how much snow we have.
Snow day. Very much so, yeah.
Aye.
Schools in our area shut down today. Snow
Really?
day. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
God.
Hanley shut down because there's a semi-sideways because we could have skated there.
Yeah, snow and ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Urs, when we were out walking yesterday, Urs fell down twice, I fell down one time. No concussy this time, though.
Hey, good.
Yeah.
No conkies.
No brain damage
No
for your boy
conkies.
today.
Good. And you heard producer Gary in there. Big thanks to the Dufferin Avenue Media Network studio that we're in. Mm-hmm. And Sidewalk Slam coming up. You know what? I've got game 2 up and loaded onto the computer. I think I'm going to try a new thing with it, and I hope that people like it. You'd see the Sidewalk Slam graphic if you're watching on YouTube.
Which you should be.
Very much so, because Editor Joe.
Transitions.
What a great transition. Editor Joe has worked very hard for us for a very long time, but we regret to inform you, dear listener or viewer, that this is going to be his last one.
Mostly viewer than listener, because the listener probably doesn't notice all the hard work that Joe puts in.
Yeah, the listener only doesn't give a crap about Editor Joe. But we very much like and appreciate him and have enjoyed hanging out with him, meeting him the few times, because he lives in friggin' Winterpeg.
Yeah, long way away.
And he is going to be done with his tenure on CCO.
Which is sad.
Yeah, very sad. It kind of feels like, I would like to say the passing of the torch, but that's like that kind of has a positive connotation.
Yeah.
And this sucks.
Yeah, this is terrible.
This sucks. We got to find out what the hell we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But I got some couple things about Editor Joe I wanted to say.
Okay. All right.
So he's
Go
leaving.
ahead.
He's probably going to do esport screaming with all his free time, and he's probably going to play frisbee golf.
What's the esport that he plays? Do you know what game he plays?
League of Legends, probably.
Oh, what a nerd.
Probably League of Legends.
I'll bet he mains Misfortune.
Is she a dom? Is that?
No, she's a pirate.
Oh, definitely a dom. Pew, pew. Yeah.
Yeah.
A butt pirate?
Oh, probably, for sure. I don't know any other League of Legends characters off the top of my head. There's a jester, and there's a little short lady with a cannon.
Hey, I got an idea.
Renekton, there's an alligator guy.
I got this. Editor Joel, have it on the screen for you.
There it is.
let's add it to his list. But
it's the last show. Let's take advantage of it.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to do some esports screaming in all his free time. I'm sure screamcasting, as he calls it.
Very cool.
He's probably going to play frisbee golf, like I said, once the snow finally melts come August.
Very exciting.
We call it frisbee golf because he's going to probably trademark that. and make millions of dollars.
I hope
because
so.
he loves Frisbees.
Do you think he'll give us millions of dollars if he makes millions of dollars?
Probably not. I don't know.
Man,
But
what are we even
maybe
talking nice about this guy for?
Maybe he'll buy us a beer. I don't know.
Well, okay, fine. All right.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? The other thing too, he's actually been on CCO, and I didn't know this, and neither did you. And this is what makes me sad, and is so important to acknowledge that he's been on CCO doing the video editing for Commander Cookout Podcast.
Right.
Since before we were Commander Cookout Media Group and featured media from other creators all the way across North America.
Yeah.
He's done more CCOs, like the flagship show on our platform.
Yeah.
He's done more CCOs than there were CCOs before he started.
Oh.
Yeah, he came on episode 204.
Holy shit.
204, and he's missed from 204 to 485. He's missed maybe 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he knows probably and has listened to more Commander Cookout podcast probably than almost anybody else in the world.
Yeah, than anybody except maybe for like me.
And maybe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, sometimes I have earplugs in so I don't have to hear Brando. It's just me talking. I'm watching his lips for when he stops talking. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Editor Joe came on episode 204. If we just do the math, that's 281 episodes.
Yeah.
I would like to say it's probably 279, but maybe he knows. Maybe he missed 2, maybe he missed 1. I think he missed 1 during like COVID and Tyler did it. And then he missed one other one that I got Tyler to do.
He probably had a baby or something. Did he have a baby?
He was probably like doing screen printing on discs or something. I don't know. And the only thing more than the number of episodes that Joe has done, and we wrote it down because we are smart and prepared professionals. The only thing he's done more than 281 shows is put Deserted Temple on the screen because that's the card that we could never ever remember.
Yes. Would you believe that when he was like, remember the card we can never remember? It's like, oh yeah, Deserted Temple. The one time I remembered it.
Yes.
The one fucking time. And it wasn't even on camera.
No, we were just like in
God
Winnipeg
damn it.
for the Fusion Open and we were playing games he was doing the lost episode of Sidewalk Slam.
Yeah.
And he talked about the land that he always puts on screen and we were like, oh yeah, you mean Deserted Temple?
Yeah.
And he was like,
why is you can remember it now, you assholes?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So lots of love to Editor Joe.
Yeah, we're going to miss you, dude. It was good having you.
Yeah. We very much appreciate all of the hard work, the effort, the 4 a.m. editing sessions so the show could go out on time. It's a lot easier for Brando to do the editing or the audio processing than it is to do the video processing, especially because he's doing it all in post. We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
We weren't doing anything on the fly live because we've always been the shoestring budget that we are. And
we had Joe. Why would we have
And we had Joe, exactly.
No, we didn't need to.
It's a blessing and a curse because now Brando and I are learning a little bit more about production and frickin' planning.
Yeah, now I know how hard Joe works. This is shitty.
Yeah, so it's the turning of a tide a little bit. That's better than the passing of a torch. The turning of the tide, and the tide is coming in, going out.
Yeah, the tide's coming in.
We're drowning.
We're buried up to our necks in the sand by Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
And he says, well, maybe if you could hold your breath long enough, you can make it out of the sand, but then you don't because that's not how the tides work.
Yes.
You ever see that? No, you didn't.
No, definitely not.
You've never seen that.
So there's going to be, I guess, some slight changes to what Commander Cookout looks like because we are going to be doing it a lot more hands-on, in-house, during production with the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. Producer Gary, LB, who was doing the production last week, has showed us a bunch of stuff. So
we're learning.
If you don't listen or watch on YouTube, come and check it out because it's going to be cool. We've got some new graphics and stuff. Editor Joe's probably rolling his eyes like, why the fuck didn't you do this when I was there?
Yep.
Right? Sorry, Joe.
Yep.
And it's
Shouldn't have been so good. We wouldn't have had to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be a ton of fun. And that is to say, the Patreon is going to be more important than ever because more than ever, it's going to take Brando and I more time. Yeah. And we don't want the quality of the show to go down.
Yeah.
We want to hit the ground running and have end user experience as high of quality as Editor Joe could do right from the hop. So
we've been digging our way out for 281 episodes. You don't want to go back into the hole.
281 episodes of training, all for this, baby.
Yeah, of digging up. We've done like One Punch Man, where you just do enough push-ups and you run far enough and do enough sit-ups, enough squats too.
Yep.
And all of a sudden you can kill anything in one punch, but all your hair falls out. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. And what I was saying, the Patreon, more important than ever, because the time that it takes to do the show at the quality that everybody expects it to be at, very important. Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. I would add, and this isn't me begging for money, especially not for you, is Uncle Brando in between jobs. So he's been working at the Dufferin Ave studio, doing everything that is required of a media studio to run, or everything he's asked.
I built a whole streaming setup for us to do. It was lots of fun.
So we would, as always, appreciate the Patreon support. And that gets you into, get invited to the next CCO experience.
The next one meaning Vegas?
Vegas.
Or do we have news about Vegas?
Well, here's the thing about Vegas. I say the next CCO experience because the Vegas house, she full.
Did it.
We did it.
We did it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go.
Definitely
Grab
not.
your friends. Get a room. Fucking come down. We're going to be there. It's going to be a great time. And we'd love to see you.
Get a room. Get some Magic playing friends together that you'd like to hook up with. Get a room.
Get 2 rooms.
No, just one.
Well, then you
sleep in the same bed.
Well,
that one time I slept in the same hotel room with 4 guys, I ended up getting strep throat.
You got the playroom and the smash room.
Oh, yeah.
Ball out of control. It's
which
Vegas.
room are you streaming in? This is Vegas.
This is Vegas. Well,
Playroom or the smash room? How come those aren't the same thing?
I'm still learning the Twitter things.
Smash.
Or the what the fuck? The
Yeah.
Spotify rules?
Man, a TV just went out. I hope that means that this recording is still working. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, we have until Gary's done taking a crap.
Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, every little bit helps. We really appreciate the patrons. Come on down to Vegas if you're going to be there. We'd love to see you. If you're planning on coming down to the big city, definitely do it. It's going to be fun. Vegas in June's a good time. And Atlanta's coming up after that.
Yeah, in September.
Make your plan. That was the one that I'm not the most excited about, but I'm really, really pumped to go to Atlanta because I've never been to that part of the States before. I'm excited to see some swamp stuff, and maybe I'll even get to wrestle an alligator.
Maybe.
And I would really enjoy that.
Yeah, and the last thing, of course, if you ever want to make a donation, coffee.com/Commander Cookout or commandercookout.com, there is a donate button that you can go and hit if you want to buy anybody a beer. Alex is coming. Aiden's coming.
Yeah.
His girlfriend, wife, I don't know what that situation's like, whatever. Danny might be coming. We got Sink Guy, Jock Slap, Nutter Butter Mommy, Keel Rudniski, the coolest thing out of Regina, me, Uncle Brando, Logan Asshurts McGee, Uncle Mac, Rusty Trom Jones. Man, who am I forgetting? Aiden All Killer, Filler.
Miller, Chiller, Genuine Draft. It's going to be so fun.
Chili tacos.
Yes. That's the part that I'm very excited about.
Pools,
chili tacos.
Beer. We're going to be swimming in both.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. But what are we talking about for real today?
What are we talking about for real today is we are going to take our first look at Tarkir. We're doing this one before the pre-release, which happens chronologically if you're listening to this show on release day on the Tuesday. Coming up on Friday, you're going to be able to go to your LGS or wherever you want to go, fusiongamingonline.com. You're going to pick up all your stuff. You're going to play in your pre-releases, where you're going to find the cards that you want, and is it worth it to actually crack some packs of this set. So we're going to take a look at some of the special treatments, some of the decisions that WotC's made in regards to said special treatments. They've made one to the collector boosters that I am very hopeful continues because I think it's a great idea.
You mean you don't hate it?
I certainly don't hate it. I, in fact, love it. Whoa. I love what they decided to do in Tarkir in a particular collector boosty slot.
Okay.
And I really, really hope that it catches on and they keep doing it. While the treatment that they've chosen for this set might not be the most exciting, the idea is just so good and I really like it.
Okay, cool. I actually like to hear positive stuff from you. You said on the pre-show yesterday that you're not interested in picking up any of the individual cards from the set, but you do appreciate the set for what it is. It's cards, it's mechanics, and obviously this new thing that the collector slot or collector booster is doing. So
much stuff this set does right. It's not like the thing that gets me excited, but there's so much here that I think people should rightfully be excited for.
I like that. Real quick, Legends next week.
Yep.
And then the final thing that we're going to be doing for our Tarkir review will be our favorite cards and stuff. Yep. And over the next couple of weeks will be us kind of experimenting with the new look of the show. Yep. So cross your freaking fingers.
Oh, boy.
Let's get into it with, I would like to say, you know what? I gotta bring it up real quick, the mechanics article.
Okay, yeah. I think that I'm going to say it again. I think that the mechanics for this set, while not world-altering, are good. I think that they're absolutely fine mechanics. I think that they're decks they're ones that will fit into decks that people are already playing.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be one of these ones where, since they never printed again, it's going to be this under-supported just piece of shit that nobody gives a shit about. These are going to be cards that are just going to be good. And I like that a lot.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing that I don't always like about... I'm going to call this a 5-color set. I know that it's wedges.
Yeah.
But more than wedges, it's a centralized color that has 2 other colors beside it. So you've got 5 clans.
Yeah.
And the 5 clans all have their own mechanic or whatever.
Yep.
And that's when we see grasping at straws or things that are named that don't always see a reprint.
Radiance.
A power kind of discrepancy. This one's really good. We're going to see it again in a Modern Horizons set or a remastered set. Yeah. This one sucks. We'll never see it again. So let's just keep that in mind as we go through. This is the Abzan one. It's called Endure.
Ooh, Abzan is green, black, white.
Yes.
There we go.
So Abzan, Endure, we've got, it's Endure and then a number, okay?
Right.
So Endure N is how it would be denoted in the comprehensive rulebook. Let's say Endure 3.
Okay.
Put 3 +1/+1 counters on it or a creature. Fuck. See, I already don't know what it does.
When the creature comes into play, you put Endure N, 3 counters in this case, on it.
Sorry.
Or you make a shitty ghost, which is a white spirit that doesn't fly with that many counters on it.
Yes. ETBs. That's what I was reading the reminder text on the screen. And when it enters, you endure.
Yes.
So you get a ghost of whatever size or counters.
So you play a dude that's big, or you get 2 dudes that are of medium size. Okay. Or whatever size you pick.
Go wide or go tall. I actually don't hate that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think we're not a limited podcast, Ryan. Don't review for limited. I don't know how much application there's going to be in Commander unless there's a commander that gives all your guys endure or unless there's some card that I would play in a token or +1/+1 strategy.
If you have an ETB strategy going on, or if I don't know if you've heard of a little card called Doubling Season. This would be real good there, right? So it's one of those. It's not groundbreaking, but again, it's going to be creatures that are efficient. If you need a big beater, you got it. If you need blockers, it'll get you there too. So this is a cool one, and I like it. It's fine. It's not world shattering, but it's a cool card.
Yeah,
it's a cool
efficient as in if you add up total power for how much mana cost you get. That's where the efficiency is.
Yeah, we're looking at a card right now that gives you either a 7/7 for 7 or a 4/4 and a 3/3 for 7.
7/7 for 6. 7/7 for 6.
Well, it does say 6.
Or a 4/4 and a 3/3 for 6.
Also for 6. And one of them has reach.
Sure.
Cool.
Sure.
Like that's fine.
Okay. The Jeskai. This is white, red, blue.
I don't like this one.
They have Flurry. Ooh. Stupid. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, something.
Something does a thing. It does 1 damage, you draw a card, you make a token, you whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're playing multiple spells every turn, as Jeskai decks or Is It decks want to do, it's your spell slinger mechanic. Again, not world shattering, it's just fine.
It's fine because there's already cards that do this that are good.
Yes.
And they just named it. A little bit of a shortcut in design, I think, which is totally fine. I don't care.
Do it.
They're just naming something we already do. Like, what was the creature fall mechanic? Not Radiance.
I don't know.
Creature fall.
Yeah.
Landfall. When this happens, because you know what happens, because it's magic.
Yeah.
This other thing happens. They're just naming it. I think Flurry is great. When you name something, obviously they're going to use that name a bunch in the set. So we're going to get a bunch of when you cast 2 things. Yeah. So your spell slinger decks, like you say, decks like my Calamax deck that isn't a spell slinger deck and it's not a combo deck, but it does try to cast an instant on every single person's turn. On my turn, I try to cast like 2 creatures, or a creature and a sorcery, a ramp spell and a ramp artifact.
Sure.
To get some benefit to set me up for your turn and somebody, and then back to my turn. So there will always be 2 spells on my turn.
Yes.
So flurry, cool.
Very good. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe a commander that has it, sure. The next one is Sultai, black, green, blue. They have renew. Ooh, so renew is another ability word. Mm-hmm. So it's exile this card from your graveyard to do something, something, something.
Yes.
Activate only as a sorcery.
Yes.
So it's like sort of flashback.
I think all the ones that I've seen, I haven't read every card in the set yet. It's typically on a creature, and you'll remove the creature from the graveyard to make another creature you have in play better in some way. The buy a box promo of this set is essentially a Vampire Nighthawk that you can renew it to give Vampire Nighthawk abilities to another creature. Ooh. Which is pretty cool. And again, that's a cool ability. Like, your dude dies, you can like renew or reuse or recycle your creature, and it's cool. I think recycle they've already used. But anyway, the point is, it's cool.
Yes.
And I like it.
I like renew because it's the kind of thing in my mind that gives Magic its really subtle nuance and depth. I could have something that has flashback in my graveyard.
Yeah.
Flashback is like exile it from your graveyard, cast it from exile. I'm casting it. Yeah. Therefore, it could be countered. Or something might care about flashback. Flashback costs are reduced by 1, etc. This is an activated ability that you activate when the card is in your graveyard.
Yeah.
So if it has to be stopped, you need a stifle or a trick bind or something.
Yep.
So a little bit harder. And because it's on creatures, you might be able to, let's say, tutor for a creature, put it directly into your graveyard.
Yep. Makes Buried Alive a really good card, even though it was already a really good card.
Yeah, what you said. So just gives it some subtle nuance and depth. Like, I want this effect, but I want it in my graveyard. Oh, now I got this thing that is a creature. It's an activated ability. A little bit harder to stop. So that's cool.
Not game breaking as far as I've seen, but cool.
Yeah, they're pretty good at abilities like this and not doing the thing. It's like, oh man, if they just let me do that at instant speed, if they just made it do this, then it would be this card in my graveyard. Yeah. And that card happens to be broken whenever you say that.
Yes.
Okay. Mardu, black, white, red.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Mobilize. This sounds like frickin' a Boros mechanic.
It sure does.
Okay, so mobilize is whenever, mobilize N, in this case, mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
Kick ass.
Sure.
It's Hero of Bladehold's first ability. It has Battle Cry and Mobilize. That's what it has.
Yes. And specifically, though, the number after the mobilize word indicates the number of dudes you get.
Yeah.
So mobilize 2 doesn't give you 1 2/2. It gives you 2 1/1s. Mobilize 10 would give you 10 1/1s.
Oh, I want that.
I like that one.
I want that.
Is there any mobilize 10s?
I don't think so.
I
I think I saw Mobilize X.
Hey, that's 10.
I think, which could be pretty cool. I'm looking for a mono red Mobilize card that's good so I can put it in Norin to abuse some more ETB abilities, but so far I haven't found one yet. So.
And then the Mobilize red guy that would be good would be like a common or uncommon.
Yeah.
That's set specific. You wouldn't get a special printing for.
That's right.
Frick.
Yeah. Well, unless it's a dragon, in which case it would have a dragon frame or a clans frame, which we're going to get to. The clans frame is, oh yeah, baby.
You like those?
No.
Okay.
But I like the idea of them. I think they look stupid, but the idea of them is great.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Last one. My favorite, Temur, or Tamir, as some people say.
Temur.
Those people are stupid.
They're just
wrong.
They're mispronouncing the word. That's fine. You can do that sometimes.
Yes.
Some people say exile.
Oh, you know who you are. Some people say Brendo.
Nobody's ever called me that.
I'm going to call you that.
Brendo?
Yep. Right. Okay, so Temur has Harmonize, which
a good one.
Which is a Magic card name already.
One of the most boring cards. Somebody played it yesterday. I was like, man, that card is so boring.
It's fine.
And the guy that took personal offense, what are you talking about? It's boring. What's this boring? It's you tap 4, you draw 3. It's a boring card.
You know what? I like boring cards. I like Magic cards that got one line of text on them. Give me that one liner. I'm happy.
Well, you can have one line and have it be good.
I'm reading this card. Producer Gary, he's producing all over the place, and I'm trying to read this card. He obviously wants me to read this card. Harmonize. Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is that creature's power.
Neat.
And then you exile the card with Harmonize.
Yeah, so it's a new kind of flashback.
Yes.
Mixed with Convoke, mixed with another ability that I can't think of right now. Not ferocious. There's something that has to do with the power of your biggest dude, and that's what it does.
Monster, ferocious.
It's got a whole bunch of stuff kind of piled in there, but again, it's a cool new flashback mechanic that's just going to make some cards good.
I really like this because I like it. I think that this is really good, as in tapping a creature that, especially if any of these Harmonized cards are instant.
Yeah.
You could do it like at the end of player 4's turn. You would only play, like we're looking at Roamer's routine, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. You could harmonize that later when you have extra creature that you just want to pay 5 but reduce it and get another land. I think harmonize is good.
Yeah, you want to pay 1 instead of 5?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is, right? It's green 2, you get a land. So it's a rampant growth for 1 more. But in your bin, if you have a 4 power guy, it becomes rampant growth for 1.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I think that
it's a fine mechanic.
This ability is good.
Right? So you got 5 perfectly... Oh, Omens. Is it another one? What is that?
Yeah, there's lots more. Omens. Omens is...
Oh, that's story time or adventure. Yeah, Fuck that. It's the same mechanic.
It's like adventure, except it doesn't go on an adventure. It gets shuffled into your library, so you could actually draw it again later, which has some sneaky and weird implications. Like if you get a card with that you want to cast the Omen of, then you shuffle it back into your library. And if it's like the only creature in your library, you can still get value out of it, or you can cast it for cheap. Like we're looking at
taps a creature, draws a card.
Tap a creature, draw a card at instant speed is the skimming strike.
So with infinite mana, you could put this on the top of your Doomsday pile to crack it. And then add a card to the Doomsday pile and fuck up your Doomsday pile.
Yes, but it's weird in that, like, if it's the only card in your library, you can continuously cast it because it gets shuffled back in.
Yep.
And then at the end of that, if you need the resulting casting infinite cards in a row to be a creature, you still have the creature. You can search for a creature. You could search for a creature because it is a creature, but then the creature is actually a bounce or a removal spell. That's like, there's some really interesting and subtle applications to this.
Sure.
I like it.
It's fine.
I like
Good.
it. So, anyways, those are the abilities. Oh, but fuck, what's Behold? Come on, how many freaking abilities is there?
Oh, Behold is you show them a thing. They use that in Lorwyn block for those lands and stuff. When said land comes into play, it's tapped unless you behold a goblin or behold a merfolk.
Oh.
This one is behold a dragon.
To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card from your hand.
No.
And then it like costs less.
Then it does a thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Sarkhan gets a +1/+1 counter, becomes a dragon and flies. Because he's a simp.
Dragon simp.
Yeah, he's a dragon simp.
Yes, that's fine.
Like, nothing wrong with being a simp, but like,
yeah,
I'm sick of Sarkhan's shit.
Especially a dragon.
Is he the most one-dimensional planeswalker? I think that him and Chandra are very tied for the most one-dimensional planeswalker.
Well, based on how the color system in Magic works.
You just hate red planeswalkers.
The way that the color system in Magic works, I think all of the mono-colored planeswalkers, every one of them is one-dimensional, and that's intentional. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Aiden, All Killer, No Filler Miller, tell me I'm wrong on Commander Munchies. You should frickin' watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the stuff that people want to hear about. Special guests, what do you think?
I am so torn because half of them We have dual or enemy colored fetch lands, which are man, you are just a mess.
It's allergies.
You're a mess, dude. Oh my God, my chair just fell down and trapped my ankles in it.
Good.
Oh wow. Okay, I can't move my legs. We're gonna have to. I actually can't. Oh, there we go. Oh my God.
It's because they ain't there.
Want a drink?
No.
Oh man. Okay.
I want this drink in front of me.
So now that we've survived that, we've got enemy color fetch lands in 2 separate arts and 2 separate foiling processes.
I wasn't going to talk about that until we talk about booster packs.
Which are fantastic.
Oh, okay.
That's great that they're printing them again, but it's sucky that they're doing it like this. I would have liked to just see them in the regular set. So I feel like using the special guests to have needed reprints in them
but
is a little bunk.
It doesn't lead to excitement. It doesn't lead to excitement when you open booster packs.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you were to open a regular booster pack and pop a goddamn fetch land out of there, you would be very excited.
Oh, you're using excitement in the traditional definition. I'm using it in the WotC definition.
Oh, for money. See, here's the thing.
You let the cat out of the bag,
Yeah, because a number of times when people give you a lot of money in hoping of getting the excitement, which means money, and you open a fucking ultimatum, you're going to be really pissed off.
Hey, man, what's the ultimatum that I like?
None of them are better than a fetch land. None of them.
Yeah, shit.
None of them.
I hate that that's true.
And they all look really cool.
I love Ruinous Ultimatum. I love Genesis Ultimatum.
Yep. And they're fine cards.
I love those cards.
They're totally fine, totally serviceable cards. They're sorceries for color, 3 colors. Then they do something cracked.
Absolutely.
They
just
kill
bonkers.
every permanent your opponents control. They put all the creatures from your bin into play. They do all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
But when they are held up and they say, you're going to get 1 special guest in every box you buy. Cool.
Sometimes I need to crack a Misty Rainforest to put my frickin' Delighted Halfling into play in CEDH, and I need that Misty Rainforest.
And you get a Mardu Ultimatum.
Ooh.
Hurting.
Not even the Genesis Ultimatum.
Yeah. They look excellent, but I mean, I really do think these should have been in the regular set. Even if they put like standard art in the real set and the special guest slot was the extended borderless ones, that would be cool. But
and you mean like standard art, like regular fetch land in the set?
Yeah. But I mean, they don't want to put fetch lands in standard. I get it. I understand.
And they also don't want to put special guests in play boosters because, are these legal in standard?
They are in play boosters.
Oh, really?
Yep. You can get non-foil special guests in your play boosters.
Oh, what are you complaining about then?
Because they're 1 in a box.
Who cares? They're in there.
They're not in there enough. If you're going to reprint fucking fetch lands, reprint the fetch lands.
But they're not reprinting fetch lands. They're putting them in the special guest
That's
slot.
stupid. That means they're not going to reprint them because, we already printed them in Dragonstorm, but you didn't.
Yes, we've covered our asses. See, we reprinted them.
Yeah.
If they're in play boosters, they've done it, and they can rinse their hands clean of it, and we'll get them again in 5 years.
And you get a salty stain in your eye. Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
A salty stain from Eerie Ultimatum.
That's right. That's right. So so
where do we get the special guests?
The special guests get found once in every X packs. You can get non-foil ones in the play boosters. You get the foil ones and the dragon scale foil ones in the collector boosters.
I'm just scrolling down to find them all.
When I say dragon scale, like there was the mana foil in Foundations, and there was the galaxy foil, where when you hold it up to the light, it kind of changes.
Yep.
It has like a scaly kind of.
I think it looks cool.
It does look kind of neat, and those are the ones that have the dragon scale are the alternate art versions of the fetch lands that have the dragons in the art. So on top of getting the enemy borderless fetch land, you can also get the rarer dragon borderless art fetch land or the extended art borderless dragon scale foil. So yeah,
I've had enough of all that.
Dollars.
That's enough talking about all that.
Dollars.
I'm just not interested anymore.
Money.
If I buy a play booster, a collector booster, or a bundle,
you could get these.
That's what I'm probably going to buy is one of those 3 things.
Yep.
I could get a special guest.
Yes. And you could get a fetch land or an ultimatum.
I am exiting off of the special guest tab.
Man, you're exiting off of breathing.
I freaking want to.
Holy shit, dude.
Next up, we're not going to talk about that. Next up,
Okay.
collector frames.
We have 3 of them.
We have 3 different styles of collector frames.
3. Now, this is the part that I was really excited about.
Yes.
So, in the past couple of sets, we've had those anime cards. If you watched the last Brando's box opening with Ryan's Ether Drift one, you saw that we opened that Crackle Foil Genesis engine or whatever it was.
Salvation engine.
That style of card returns, the kind of anime full art, but in this case, it's being called Ghost Flame. So it's all like kind of Ugin related cards.
Yeah, do you remember the special edition Ugin border cards or special edition, like they had a little thing changed in the art because it was Ugin themed?
Yeah.
From original Tarkir.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Same kind of gimmick, but it's not a small thing that's changed. It's like very blatant art. There's lots of white, fiery stuff on them. They all look really, really cool.
Ghost Flame, if you will.
Yes, those are your going to be your cards. You're going to get the Crackle foils in. They show up in that last collector spot in a collector booster and foil and Crackle foil and all those stuff. Only available in collector boosters this time.
Yep.
Are your Ghost Flames. And there's some cool cards in there. There's like, I think all the dragons and Ugin himself, that crazy Ugin card we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
He's going to show up there. Then we got your Dragons of Tarkir, like dragon kind of frame. We saw that early in a couple of years ago in, I can never remember either March of the Machine or All Will Be One, where they had the showcases from all the different planes.
Oh, yeah.
So the Tarkir cards that had those, now they're back. These are the ones that you're going to open like the vehicles in Ether Drift.
Yeah.
The full art. What'd you call those? Rat Fink?
Rat Fink ones.
Yeah, the Rat Fink art vehicles. This is what you're going to get lots of. You're going to get your dragon bordered.
Draconic frame cards is what they're called, yes.
Yes, and those will show up everywhere that you can find a card. They come in commons and uncommons and mythic rares and all the stuff.
Play boosters, collector boosters, bundles, pre-release kits. Oh, I clicked on something I didn't want to.
Yep.
Pre-release kits, so they will all be there.
Yep. And if they're your thing, if you like them, then you like them, and good for you.
This is what I like about this kind of thing. Okay, so this is a showcase frame treatment or style that we've seen in the past. So people who are like, oh, I love that. I want to collect all of that showcase frame treatment.
There it is.
Here's a new opportunity to do that.
This is the Rat Fink card. This is everything like the TV border card from Duskmourn.
Yep.
So this is this set's version of that.
Cool.
Which is cool. Now let's talk about the fucking best one.
Oh, baby.
Well, the best and the worst one.
Oh, yeah.
Are the clan frame cards. Now, the clan frame cards are half just fucking black.
Yep.
And then they have some art on them. And then like a smear of color behind them.
Also, yes.
And the smears of color are the colors of the clan that card is associated with.
Yes.
Which is neat. These, and this is what is so cool, are replacing the extended art rares.
Oh, yeah.
So when you open your packs, instead of getting that
collector packs,
instead of getting your extended art rare, you're going to get one of these instead, which I think is really cool. Even though I don't care for the art, the style of frame, I'm happy that they're getting rid of the extended art for these cards.
These take up the extended art cards from the regular set.
Yes.
Not the extended art pre-con cards.
Correct. The extended art pre-con cards still exist. Hopefully we're going to turf them next.
Okay.
But these are what we got now instead of extended arts, and I'm very, very happy with that. I'm glad they're doing that.
They come in traditional foil.
Yeah.
That's the treatment. Regular and traditional foil.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And these ones, unlike extended border cards or borderless, whatever the hell they were calling them, you can get these in play boosters too, which is cool.
Yes.
So I'm really happy that they're doing this, and I hope they keep doing it because it's a really good idea. And for people that really like these kind of cards, now more people are going to be able to get them, and I always support that.
Play booster, collector booster bundle, pre-release kit is all the places you can get these clan frame cards. From a design standpoint,
Dunk on them.
They are half black, which makes them quite easy to read. But you lose actually what the frame and the stylistic choice of the card is supposed to convey in most of the actual cards. In the background, the black splotches of color or whatever it's supposed to, the black color, Yeah. The absence of color where it's black is a silhouette of the clan's symbol.
Sure.
In some cards, it's very easy to tell what that is. in other cards, it just looks like somebody took a black calligraphy brush and smushed it onto the screen.
Yeah.
And there's zero translation as to what that is unless you already know what it is.
Yeah, if you didn't know that this was a clan borderless, like, I wouldn't have got it if I didn't read it. I read it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this makes sense.
The ones where I know what it is, it actually looks really good. And it's reminiscent of the San Diego Comic-Con black Planeswalkers from like 2014 and 15 or whenever that was.
Sure.
And those were awesome and very collectible and cool. These are going to look cool because the black isn't going to be foil, but the text is.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool. But where you lose it in translation and you can't tell what the clan symbol is behind the art, I don't like.
Yeah.
And that's just a criticism. That's just a design thing that I just don't. It doesn't appeal to my eyes and my brain.
Things can be not appealing. Lots of people don't like the invocations, and I really do, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
you cannot do that.
The next one that I'm totally opposite on, that I actually really love the look of, is borderless Saga cards.
Oh yeah,
they did borderless sieges as well, but we've seen sagas and we've seen sieges. I don't care about the sagas and the sieges.
I think we have to be careful in pointing out that because we've had like battle-siege, it's not those. It's the enchantment that has siege in the title. So it's important when they say you can get sagas and sieges. No, they didn't bring battle back. They just put cards that are called sieges in.
Though I hope they do.
They probably should have brought them back for Lord of the Rings.
And Tarkir, obviously.
Yeah, and Tarkir, where all the fucking battles are happening.
And sieges.
I like the siege pictures where it's like...
No, balls all that. Balls all that.
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck me, I guess. Let's talk about it.
Borderless sieges. No, I said the wrong word again. Borderless sagas. They look so good.
They're very cool.
Okay, what were you going to say?
All of the art on them is like a map and like the generals moving the little pieces around like you see in the movies.
Oh, frick, I like that.
Very cool.
Didn't notice that. I didn't know.
I like that lots. That's very, very cool. And the borderless sagas are really neat. I'm glad that they started doing that. Although I think for the ones that I've seen, because the first time they did sagas, didn't they use all alternate type artwork? Like you had like an etching and engraving and screen printing. These ones don't look like that. Maybe they're still doing it. I don't know. But these ones just kind of look like magic cards with the text boxes tall and on the side.
For a long time, they used in-universe art styles that match with whatever world we were on. Like we got wood carvings when we were on Kaldheim. We got traditional like clay pot kind of art, and I'll call it calligraphy, on the Theros stuff.
Yes, we did.
We got traditional looking Japanese calligraphy on the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty stuff.
That we certainly did,
and
yes.
I really like the real world or primary world tie-in or art style and influence on cards like that.
I do too.
And I feel like in a lot of cases we miss that in modern Magic, and sagas were the place that they kind of reserved for that to still happen. And with these full art, alternate art sagas, we miss that. But they also look good, and we've got a little bit that primary world influence in the set at large still, or at least I hope that we'll have that going forward.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Once we get to space, it's just gonna be a bunch of Teslas and shit. I hope not.
It's just gonna be black, and there's gonna be like one star.
All the lands are just like a different twinkly little star in the middle. It's one little glitter that they drop on the card and just like seal it in there with some foil.
You got to look at it through like a telescope to even know it's an island or a forest.
Wouldn't that be cool if they could do that though? Like if the card was all black and just kind of twinkly a little bit, but then there was one big twinkle spot that if you looked at it under a microscope, there was like a whole little planet with life and all the stuff on it.
Yeah.
That would be really neat. That would be a cool secret lair.
Sure. Secret lair, but one of the cards in it is actually like a piece of glass or like a magnifying glass you have to look at the card with. Like a jeweler's loop.
That'd be neat. I would like that.
Okay, I want to pick your brain about the next thing that we often talk about. You talked about the dragon scale foils.
Yep.
I think that those are going to be cool. Are they textured or they just look...
Hit or miss, I don't know. Having not touched one and I haven't read whether they are or not, I'm going to guess maybe. I'm going to guess they probably are.
I wonder if Editor Joe can get the animation that's on the WotC screen onto the...
Yeah, I think that they're leaving cool stuff on the table if they're not textured.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They're
like
doing
that
a
take.
disservice to us if they're not textured, I would say.
I like that take. Do you like the Dragon's Eye basics?
No.
Oh.
I do not.
I love them.
And I'm glad you do. Lots of people do. They're not for me. Again, they're not for me. But I'm super pumped about them, and I'm glad that people are going to be able to get them if they buy lots of collector boosters, because that's the only place you can get them.
Yes.
The wastes that's available isn't in the packs. You're going to get those from your LGS through some non-nefarious means, probably by participating in game days or pre-releases or whatever have you. You'll get them there.
That's going to be an expensive waste.
Sure is.
That's going to be the waste that everybody who plays Ugin decks and colorless decks is going to want.
Yeah.
That's going to be the one, hey?
Yuppers.
I like the Dragon's Eye basics. I think that they're cool. I think if you can find the in-universe dragon that belongs to that eye, that would be an excellent way to theme your mana base for your deck.
Yep.
I think that the detail on them and how very hard-lined and visible the actual mana symbols are, it obviously makes it look non-realistic. Yeah. It's not like the shape of a cloud like the Theros lands, space clouds, Nyx clouds vaguely make up the mana symbol. It's not like it's a reflection of the mana symbol in the glossiness of the eye.
It's their eye pupil?
It's their pupil.
If your pupil was shaped like a little sun, let's not use a sun, let's use a skull. If your pupil was a skull, could you see?
Yes, but not in the way that you see now.
Would you have weird, like, googly blind spots?
Yes.
That'd be fucked.
Yes.
Good thing dragons are magic or they'd be screwed.
Very much so. Now, the one at the island for an eye, he could probably see pretty good.
He'd be okay. The plains guy's probably okay too.
He's probably fine too, yeah. Yeah.
This frickin' skeleton guy, though. He's fucked. And fireball guy, he's even worse.
Yeah, those guys aren't getting driver's license.
No.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh at that. But I really like those. I think they're cool. And I hope that, you know what? I hope that I get some so I can play. I'm going to play none of them. Yeah. 0 of those lands are going into my deck. Even if I make a dragon deck, because I'm never going to buy enough collector product to actually get those. Because I think that those might actually be expensive.
Yep, those are going to be your basics that are going to be like the Unfinity ones, where the regular non-foil ones are probably going to be, you're kicking around $1 or $2.
Sure.
And if you want the foil one, you're going to be looking at 250 or 3.
I was going to say 12 or 15.
Oh no, they won't. No, they won't be that much.
Oh,
okay. There'll be some dollars based on the basic you want, and if you want them, you'll be able to get them because they're going to be around. But they show up about a third of the time in collector packs versus the regular full art basic land.
Sure.
And those look really cool too. For the record, I like the planes from this set a whole lot. The Dragon's Presence, I think they're calling them lands.
Yes, yeah, that's the other basic. That's like the regular basic, right?
This might make some people in the nation happy. I've been playing Dark Souls 3, and I just made it to the end of the Ringed City DLC, and where you fight the last boss. It looks just like this Plains, which I was like, ooh, there's a reference I can make, and it will make some people happy.
Have we, answer me this, Mr. I know everything about collecting magic.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I put that title on you, not you on yourself.
Thank you.
Have we done away with basic lands that have the text box? And now we just have these full arts, everything?
No. Alas, we have not. We still do have regular basics that will show up in your play boosters and in your bundles where you open your 30 basics.
Oh, yeah. And in precons.
Yeah.
And in precons, yeah, okay.
Yep. I would like it if we could get rid of them. I think that would be...
We're getting close.
Just fine, especially in precons. Honestly, especially in precons.
You know what? I honestly think, and check is in the mail, or bill's in the mail, WotC, is I think in precons where you give the full art basics that are matched to the theme or the world that your commander comes from, I think that's an awesome way to build in some coolness, some novelty, some collectability right into the precon.
Agreed.
But it's not as exciting to do it that way for secondary market retailers. So, of course, they don't do that. Even though the art that they use is literally the same piece of art, except it's chopped in half.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess let me know if you agree. Last thing
that
I want to talk about And we're looking at the Collecting Tarkir Dragonstorm article from WotC.
Okay.
And I really like that they are super transparent about exactly what you get in booster packs.
Yep.
There's 6 to 7 uncommons, 3 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 card of any rarity, 1 rare or mythic rare, 1 traditional foil of any rare, and 1 land.
Yep.
And in the collector boosters, I'm not going to go through it all, but it's exactly what you're going to get in each slot.
Yes.
I like that.
I like the transparency as well. They've been doing this for a little while, and especially now when they have, how many bonus treatments they have? Like 5 or 6 for this set.
Yes.
Where the hell do I get these? Like, just tell me. I have excitement. I want to use my excitement to acquire cards. What do I need to get? And they tell you.
Yeah.
Or you can listen to Commander Cookout Podcast and we'll tell you.
Very much so.
Because we do all the reading and the bullshit, so you don't have to.
When I was working retail booth for our friends over at Face to Face Games in Edmonton and Toronto and stuff, people come up with their prize tickets or like actual money and say, hey, how do I get this card? Hey, I want to have a crack at this art treatment.
Yep.
How do I do that? Which pack do I get to get this?
Yep.
Oh, I don't have $35 for a collector booster. Can I get this treatment in this pack?
Yes.
I can say, hey, literally Google Collecting Tarkir Dragonstorm. Scroll down to the bottom. It'll tell you what treatments come in which packs.
If you've listened to Commander Cookout, you'll know that.
That's what I'm going to say next time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to say, hey, listen to episode 485 of Commander Cookout and shoot Editor Joe a message on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever and say thank you to him. But then listen to the part where we talk about collecting.
That is correct, yeah.
Listen to the part where you can hear the guy shoveling the sidewalk outside the studio.
Listen, anytime I hear the sound of a shoveling, I am happy because that means I don't have to do it. 2 more quick things we want to do before we get out of here. I'd like to do. If you're going to go to a store pre-release, this is exciting. Keep in mind when you buy your pre-release kit, unlike previous ones for the last little while, you're not just going to get the pre-release kit. You're going to get a clan pre-release kit, which is really, really cool. So in those, you're going to get your regular 6 packs, 5 of which are regular. Then you're going to get 1 clan-themed booster. So if you get the Mardu one, you're going to get some guaranteed Mardu cards, which is cool. Your spin down life counter is going to be themed to whatever clan you picked. Your promo rare, the foil one with the date stamp on it, that's not themed to your pack.
Can I still play it in my deck?
Yes.
Okay.
You can still play it in your deck. Give it to your friend if you're playing Two-Headed Giant. They can play it, whatever. But it's not themed to the pack that you pick. So there's 5 different clans and packs that you can pick from. And then they kind of seed it a little bit so that you can kind of get the experience you're looking for.
If I want to...
Which I really appreciate.
Yeah, if I get the Teamer Clan pre-release pack, I could probably make a Teamer deck.
Yes. If we both got the Teamer Clan booster pack, we're probably going to do very, very well. I would imagine that the LGS may or may not let you do that.
2 of the same one.
Because we play Two-Headed Giant at our LGS. So, if we were to both get the same one, that sets us up for success.
Oh.
Yes, or you get one that shares 2 colors. That's a medium amount of success. Well, if you pick ones that have nothing to do with each other, then you're in deep shit.
Each of them have 3 colors in them, and there's only 5 colors total.
Man.
So they'll share colors no matter what we do. Anyways, so yeah, the pre-release kits, they're themed. That's cool.
Yep, very neat.
And I wanted to go into, as long as we have time, producer Gary, are we Gucci?
We're at 55.
Oh, perfect. I wanted to go in like we normally do, some strengths and weaknesses to the product.
Yeah.
And kind of the final stamp on what we like and what we don't like.
Okay.
I think the special guests are lit.
I have to agree with you. I have to.
If I was a guy and I opened up a foil Genesis Ultimatum, I would be pumped.
Cool.
And I played Magic for a long ass time. If I open up a foil Misty Rainforest, or a frickin' Dragon Scale Misty, cool.
The non-dragon Scalding Tarn might be one of my favorite land arts in the history of Magic the Gathering.
Is that the one with the skinny little tree with the twisty cherry blossom
growing
tree?
out of a rock? I fucking love that art. I want one of those so bad. That's such a nice card.
Look for that print in Vegas.
Will.
Maybe you'll find the print.
Maybe I'll find the print, and I'll beat up the artist and take it from him.
Oh, well, don't do. I would not recommend.
Okay, I won't do that.
Okay.
Maybe I'll exchange currency for it.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Or just look at it, maybe. I don't know. Take a picture of it.
Yep. Okay. Really dig the full arts, And the general vibe of the set. The general vibe of the set, very high fantasy and very dragon-esque. We were talking about on the pre-show yesterday. If I said to a new player, this is welcome to Magic the Gathering. Play this deck. It's dragons. They would know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. And they'd say, oh yeah, of course it is, because it's fantastic, because it's fantasy. There must be dragons.
Yes.
I'd say, I'm going to play this elf deck. Brando's going to play goblins, and they're going to know exactly what's going on. Yep. I like that.
Like that. Aesthetically, this set is very, very nice. And we're going to talk about this in the next couple of weeks. There's some pretty cool commanders and some really cool cards in this set.
Yep.
Again, not for Brando, but for you out there listening. There's lots of stuff that you're going to want out of this set, I promise.
I'm going to finish on that one. Don't Google that. But I'm going to go to a weakness real quick.
Yeah.
Clan cards, aesthetically, not my favorite.
No.
They don't translate very well.
Them existing is the coolest thing, and I'm so happy. But I agree with you aesthetically. They're not very nice. They're a little bit of a swing and a miss on that one. Maybe if they just made the art full and had the smear behind the thing. I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure they could have salvaged them somehow.
Yes, they're trying to emulate the cards that, like the watermark in the text box.
Yep.
They're trying to riff off of that. I think if they took the actual focus of the art, like the character that we see, and kind of pinch so it zooms out, so it's a smaller character, so you can see more of the color black swatch.
Yeah, squatch. Good word.
Clan symbol behind them.
Yeah.
Then it would be better.
Sure.
So sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't want to dwell too much on the negative, and that's such a small gripe from the 10,000 foot view.
Yeah.
That I don't want to spend any more time on it. I like, and you're talking about the pre-cons and cards that you're going to like. I've looked through the list of cards for the pre-cons, and I actually like the mana bases for the pre-cons. We got 5 3-color commander deck pre-cons that have rare lands in them. Lands that have land types that are dual lands.
Yeah.
Lands that ETB untapped. Lands that if we crack, because we're buying Tarkir Dragonstorm, if we crack fetch lands, we can find our dual land type non-basics that are in the pre-cons.
Yep.
Perfect, easy way, seeded cards in the special guest slot that go right along with the cards in the pre-con. I actually love that. The mana base is finally good.
Very good. And I was looking through them as well, and there are some actual pretty good reprints in there too. I'm not saying super high value ones, but there are some really good ones that are hard to find that people want. So
the cards,
cool.
the cards that you say to your buddy, hey, do you have an extra one of this?
Yeah.
And you have 3 of them, but they're all in decks. But it's like a $3 card. I don't want to wait to order one from FusionGamingOnline.com with CCO Holiday promo code. If it's even only going to take 2 or 3 days, because they're the fastest shipping card store in Canada, even if it's only going to take 3 days, if my LGS is having game day tomorrow, I'm not going to have that card.
Yeah.
So these pre-cons are delivering me kind of an influx of all of those staple cards that I know I'm going to want anyways.
And the 10 new cards per deck, I was looking at some of those. They're very good.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about those in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about those in a couple of weeks. Next week, we're going to have a rundown. I think we're going to try and do it. People have been saying, why don't you do it? We're going to try and do every single commander in the set on the next exciting episode.
No more Editor Joe limitations. Pew, 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 pew.
But now we have to do it. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gary. Thanks, Ryan, and all the listeners. We wouldn't be here without any of you guys, and there'd be no reason for us to be, because talking to the blue light would be boring. But knowing you guys are out there, it makes it amazing. So thanks for being here, and we are going to be back to talk Tarkir Dragonstorm Legends on the next exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!